You don't see it that much because it is quite difficult to you know.
This next test applies the principles of momentum to movement through portals. If the laws of physics no longer apply in the future, God help you.
Huh. So principles of momentum, yeah. So it's difficult to do that in long games. I guess this game's not that long. I think it's like 7 hours or up to 9 hours. But still, you know, telling the long jokes, I appreciate that sort of thing. Let's see, number 6, cubes and flinging already. So yeah, this is complicated. I can't believe they're doing this on the 6th room already. I mean, there's a symbol there, and I guess we can, if we just follow the instructions, let's see what happens. And again, you see the diving platform sort of thing jutting out as a clue that that's what you're meant to do. Oh, I see. I see what's going on here. We can't get through there. And this is also a new element to the game. The glass container with a hole in it that you can shoot a portal through, but only from one direction. That's a new thing as well in this game. Actually, before we do the next thing, let's just try something out. You might notice that we fall into the portal. Let's try this. Like the last jump, I moved a little bit to the side. Let's try this. Yeah, you see that? You see that? We're actually not lined up with the portal. In fact, let's try even more. Let's try, you know, we're doing this. Okay, so that doesn't do it. Basically, you're being like the game, or the game engine is drawing you into the portal even though you're not lined up with it. Like that. It's kind of subtle actually. And they're doing that, of course, to make it so that, you know, if you are meant to be, if you intend to jump into the portal, but you're a bit spastic and you miss, then the game will take what you intend to do and do it for you. And obviously with puzzles, you know, figuring it out is one thing, and oh, fail. Like figuring out the puzzle is one thing, and actually doing it is the other thing. And in some games, I guess in Call of Cthulhu, I keep pointing to that as like a bad game, and I kind of apologize to Bethesda and those guys a little bit, but that's true. Like in that game, you'll figure out what to do, but when you try to do it, the game sometimes just won't let you. Like maybe you're not facing the right direction, or you're not standing in quite the right place, and you try to do it and the game says it doesn't work, when in fact you just have to like move a little to the left and try it again, and that would work. And that just sucks. That just sucks in the game. And so you see here, Portal is making it so that if you miss, or if you're standing a little to the right as we do now and dropping the cube, look at that, the cube just, actually that didn't, it kind of got caught on the side a little bit, but you know, it just shifted a little bit sideways as it fell and went straight into the portal instead, like this. That shouldn't work, but it does. Like, it doesn't fall straight down. And if I jump in, like, you know, I should be on the edge, right? Let's say that we do this, and the game just drags you in, because the game knows, or I guess Valve.
If you are a non-employee who has discovered this facility amid the ruins of civilization, welcome. And remember, testing is the future, and the future starts with you.
Huh. So the game, you know, understands that you meant to do that, and so it does it for you, even if you miss a little bit yourself. because you know, with a test, it's not about what you, well, it's not really about what you do, but it's more about what you mean to do. That's the important part. Anyway, so back to the flinging and the cube. Yeah, they're teaching you more advanced stuff more quickly in the second game, it seems like. Maybe they expect that people have played the first game already, and that they don't have to do as much teaching. I'm not sure. Or maybe they just realize that you don't have to do as much teaching for people to understand what's going on. Anyway, there's a thing here, and there's a cube there. Yeah, these are actually, like, look at how big this room is. The puzzles in this game are much bigger than the ones in the first game. You can see right away. Maybe it's a technology constraint, or maybe they just, you know, took the ideas from the first game and really ramped it up. But the fact that you know, fly across distances, I guess this is fun as well, and talk about that a little bit in the developer commentary, how, you know, it's just fun to fly through the air. And so they do this deliberately to make it so that, you know, solving puzzles are fun. And you know, I talk about rewarding the player with jokes and story and funny things and all that, but even just the act of flinging is actually quite... Okay, that completely failed. Yeah, but even the act of just flinging across a space is quite a lot of fun. And so obviously then you would do it, or you would allow players to do it more often. Because again, you want the game to be fun, because that's what marks a successful game. And just look at that, like, no matter how you jump, as long as you're kind of on the portal, the game would pull you in. Alright, so that opens that, and I guess we have to come here, line that up. Hopefully that's lined up. And jump in. Look at that! I completely missed it.
Good work getting this far, future starter. That said, if you are simple-minded, old, or irradiated in such a way that the future should not start with you, please return to your primitive tribe and send back someone better qualified for testing.
The future should not start with you. Look at this. Like, I'm not even jumping into the portal, I'm just jumping to the side a little bit. And it drags you in. Amazing. Amazing. That's good game design, guys. Like, it's really subtle, and if you're not paying attention you wouldn't even notice. But it just makes it so that the game's smooth. Like, it takes what you intend to do and it does it for you. Like, you're not frustrated with the game, you're not going, oh crap, I missed the portal by 5mm and then I have to go all the way back and do it again. Like, there's none of that frustration. Like, they just smooth everything out for the player and make sure that it's an enjoyable experience, because what do you enjoy? You enjoy solving puzzles.
Sufficient power remains for core testing protocols. All safety devices have been disabled. The Enrichment Center respects your right to have questions or concerns about this policy.
All safety devices have been disabled. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, the fun part's solving it. The fun part is flying through the air. The fun part is not doing the same thing over and over again, because the game is so finicky and you have to do things exactly right.
Hey! Oi oi! I'm up here!
He actually says oi oi, that's cool. Anyway, here we are, so we get Wheatley back, and now I have to do a lot less talking, I think, because...
Oh, brilliant! You did find a portal gun! Oh, do you know what? It just goes to show, people with brain damage are the real heroes in the end, aren't they, at the end of the day? Brave. Pop a portal on that wall behind me there, and I'll meet you on the other side of the room.
Okay, so...
Just pop a portal right behind me there, and come on through to the other side.
People with brain damage are the real hero. I can't believe you actually said that.
Pop a little portal, just there, all right behind me, and come on through.
This is kind of interesting. Let me just do that and just make it... Okay, you can't really see it on screen. He's telling you to put the portal there, behind him on the wall, and I guess that's not really that obvious, because look how far away it is. And it's behind the debris. That's interesting.
Alright, let me...
Like, there's more of this stuff later on in the game where you have to put, you know, portals in really distant and obscure places. And so I guess this is where they start to introduce you to the idea that sometimes you have to look for things that are not obvious. And I guess it started off like maybe two testing chambers ago, was it? Where you had to follow the lines to see where the switches were activating things because they were off screen. And you had to look around to make sure you see what's going on. And this is again another part of that where you have to look around to make sure you're seeing all the places you can put portals as well.
Explain again. Pop a portal behind me, alright? And come on through.
And this time Wheatley is the one who's telling you what you need to do.
Okay, listen, let me lay something on you here, it's pretty heavy. They told me never, never, ever to disengage myself from my management rail or I would die. But we're out of options here, so get ready to catch me, alright, on the off chance that I'm not dead the moment I pop off this thing. On 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3! That's high. It's too high, isn't it really, that? Alright, going on 3 just gives you too much time to think about it. Let's go on 1 this time. Okay, ready? 1. Catch me, catch... Ow! Ow. I'm not dead. I'm not dead. I can't move though. That's the problem now. Are you still there? Could you pick me up, do you think? If you are there?
Okay, so I deliberately let him fall because I think it's actually funnier if you let him fall.
Hello?
I've never tried to
Can
catch
you
him
pick me
before.
up, please?
I don't know if you actually can.
Oh, brilliant, thank you, great. Plug me into that stick on the wall over there, yeah? And I'll show you something. You'll be
What?
impressed by this.
Okay, that's stuck on the wall there. So now we are
Oh,
introduced
journey in
to
over there.
this guy, and he talks a lot. It's funny, but he talks a lot.
Yeah, I can't do it if you're watching. Seriously, I'm not joking. Could you just turn around for a second?
Does he really do that? He really does that. He's not gonna do it.
I can't do it if you're watching. Alright, you can turn around now. Bam! Secret panel. That I opened while your back was turned. Pick me up. Well, let's get out of here. And off we go.
That's pretty good, isn't it? Like, I mean, you might not think there's much there, but like he's interacting with you, and he's kind of. I guess they're trying to build a bond between you, the player, and this fictional character on the screen. Like, if you drop him and then he gets hurt, or he seems to get hurt, and then you plug him in, and then he opens the door for you, but he gets embarrassed. So they're really trying to humanize the character, and also to encourage the interactions as well. Like, he relies on you to carry him around, and at the same time, you rely on him to open that door there. So bonding, man, like building the relationships. Fairly subtle ways of doing it, but also quite effective, I think. And they'll keep doing this, I think, for much of the
Look at this.
game.
No rail to tell us where to go. Oh, this is brilliant. We can go wherever we want. Just hold on though. Where are we going? Seriously. Hang on. Let me just get my bearings. Just follow the rail, actually.
Follow the rail. Whoa, okay, so the recording just crashed. I hope nothing too bad happens. Anyway, so he's pretty funny and he's pretty likable. And he talks, well, he's not talking too much now. Although you are following the rail and there's not anywhere else to go anyway, so. Again, we are showing the... Can I drop him? I can't drop him. We're showing the service areas of Aperture Science. And unlike the first game, it's a lot bigger. Like, you see how you can't see the bottom of that. So the scale of a lot of the things in the second game is bigger.
Oh no. Yes, hello, no, we're not stopping. Don't make eye contact, whatever you do. No, thanks, we're good. Appreciate it. Keep moving, keep moving.
Hello? We'll meet her. Is it him or her? We'll meet her again. Yeah, we'll meet her again later on. So actually, this is the first time we see a turret, isn't it? Yeah, it's the first time we see a turret in this game. And he does say don't make eye contact. And that's a really subtle hint as to what to do to avoid getting shot at by the turret. Again, like, you might not think it's a big deal, but the fact that he said eye contact implies that the turrets can see you, and that if you avoid having them see you, then you can get past them. Like, they're dropping ideas into your head in really subtle ways. And I believe that's the end of the first chapter, and maybe I'll end it here actually, just because it's the end of the chapter. I might be completely wrong about that.
Probably ought to bring you up to speed on something right now. In order to escape, we're going to have to go through her chamber, and she will probably kill us if she's awake. If you want to just call it quits, and we could just sit here forever, that's an option. Option A, sit here, do nothing. Option B, go through there, and if she's alive, she'll almost certainly kill us. So, if you've got any reservations whatsoever about this plan, now would be a tremendous time to voice them.
Okay.
Right now.
Right now. Can I...
In case you thought to yourself, I've missed the window of time to voice my reservations. It's still open.
Can we actually sit here? No. Like, it's always fun to see if the AI will respond to the things you do. But I guess, you know, you can't do anything here. You have to go forward.